Welcome back to the 815 Sports Podcast. We're going to do our NFL Week 2 picks early this week because Jake will be in Miami supporting the Miami Dolphins. I know he's looking forward to that trip. It should be a great game Thursday night, and let's just kick it off. Thursday night game, Jake, you go ahead.
I'm going to take the Dolphins because they're at home. That's the only reason. Did you hear the news about Josh Allen? He's going to play, but he did something to his hand on Sunday.
Is it his throwing hand or what is it?
Well, I assume it's his throwing hand. I didn't really look into it, but I think he's gotten cleared to practice, so he's going to play. But all it does is take one hit to re-injure that. I mean, whatever he did to it. I'm not sure what he did to it, but I want to play Buffalo with him.
Well, he's going to play.
I know, but last night they said he was, obviously they're going to say he's questionable. He was going to play no matter what unless he broke it. But I want to play Buffalo with Josh Allen because if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and they've been the best in the AFC East for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So, but the Dolphins are coming off of a very lucky win on Sunday.
Yeah.
Where they looked like shit for probably a good 2.5 quarters until about midway through the third.
They got lucky with forcing that fumble at the 1 yard line.
The play of the game was the fumble into the end zone for a touchback.
Because that would have been over. The game probably would have been over.
That's a 14-point swing.
Yeah.
Because the Dolphins went down and scored. So that was huge. I mean, to be honest, that could be one of the Miami Dolphins plays of the year. Because you're going to go down. Well, they went down 17, or would have been 14? I think they were down by 10.
They would have been down by 4.
At the time. Whatever, they were going to be down by 2 scores, basically going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they would have been down by 17.
So, not that offense couldn't have came back. I mean, you've seen how they scored in one play from 80 yards. So, but that play could go down as one of the best plays of the year for the Dolphins at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Tua stats says they had a pretty good game.
I thought the play calling was kind of
I'm going to say
shaky.
he had an okay game.
Yeah.
I think he had an okay game because of the play calling was fucking brutal. I can't reiterate enough why the Dolphins like to fucking throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage.
It seems like they do that at least 2 or 3 times per possession, if not more.
And Tua's under shotgun, and then the running back's a little bit behind him, and then he pitches it behind him to the running back. So now he's got to get 7 yards before he can even get 1 positive yard.
Yeah.
From, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
From the first down. So I don't know why they like those plays, but even last year they ran a lot of those fucking behind the line of scrimmage, bubble screens, wide receiver screens where you have to beat the defender. And what happened when Tua threw the ball downfield yesterday?
Early on, there was a few incomplete passes, but after that, touchdown.
I mean, Waddle, 60-yard pass.
Hill, the 80-yarder.
Hill, 80-yarder. Let him air it the fuck out. I'm not saying every down, but in key moments, throw the ball down the field. I don't really think they had much of a running game yesterday. I don't really know how they won the game. They had 1 turnover, right?
Yeah. So,
they didn't look well, and I get it, win and move on. But
hey, at least you won. Your quarterback's still healthy.
I know, but
I'm gonna take Buffalo. For one, I want to differ from Jake, but also
we tied in week 1.
Yeah, we tied so far. We both got San Francisco tonight,
so we can't lose.
But I'm going to take Buffalo. I thought Josh Allen looked absolutely spectacular on Sunday. I'm sure Jake tuned into that a little bit. Once these younger guys, these new wide receivers get acclimated with him throwing the ball in the offense, I think they'll still be the same old Bills in the fact that they're going to be really good. Allen was running the ball all over the place.
I think it was more of a Cardinal collapse than a Bills. They were up 17 points in midway through the third quarter.
Well, so were the Titans, and they blew that too.
Well,
it seems like everybody blows
Kyler Murray or Will Levis here.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened in that game. There might have been turnovers. There had to be turnovers because
Kyler fumbled once. I know that because I lost 2 fantasy points.
I mean, that game went from being like you thought Arizona was going to win to, well, the Bills might be the Bills.
Yeah.
But I also think that is due to playing the Cardinals. They were a wild card. We don't know much about them.
Yeah.
Yet.
They're talented, though.
Were they not bad last year?
Yeah, they were bad. They might turn it around. I mean, they still got plenty of time, too. They got a good
and
young
that was
wide
my
receiver.
upset of the week, and it almost hit.
Yeah. Yeah, mine didn't hit. Up next, we got Raiders at the Ravens. The Raiders lost again week 1. I feel bad for Devontae Adams because they're in no position to really be a playoff team. I mean, they have a few good guys, a few good players on the team. Money, be closer to family.
You can't feel bad for him.
I just feel I liked them. But anyways, I'm going to take Baltimore in this game. Baltimore coming off the tough week 1 loss. They're a superior team to the Raiders. Yeah, I'm sure Lamar and that offense will probably put up at least 30 points this game. Hopefully they get Derrick Henry more involved. They hardly gave it to him last weekend besides that first drive.
Well, because when you're in a shootout, you got to keep scoring. And if the run ain't working, you got to go away from it. Baltimore's going to probably – this might be the biggest blowout of the week.
Yeah, it could get ugly.
I think it's going to.
You got Baltimore too?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go through these a little quicker tonight. Chargers at Carolina. Carolina sucks. They're terrible. I'm not sure if they won a game this year. They're that bad.
But if they were ever going to win a game, well, no.
I'm picking the Chargers.
I mean,
they lost like 47-10 against the Saints.
Yeah, you got to go with the Chargers because of Herbert.
The Saints scored on their first 9 drives.
They suck.
So
they might win 1 or 2 games. I was just thinking the Chargers didn't impress nobody, though.
Yeah.
They barely beat a terrible Raider team.
Won by 12.
It's close the whole game.
All right. I'm taking the Carolina's just brutal. Saints at Cowboys. I think this will be a better game than what some people anticipate. I think New Orleans is going to be pretty good this year. And Dallas looked really well. They just paid Dak. They paid CeeDee. I'm sure Micah will be getting his money at some point. They just demolished Cleveland this weekend. But it's at home. I'm going to take the Cowboys in this one, Jake.
Dallas is going to win. They're doing the Dallas Cowboy thing, where they're really good during the regular season.
Yeah,
they start out really well, and then as Stephen A. says, the Cowboys will cowboy, but they looked really great.
Yeah, and so did the Saints. The Saints did look great week 1 too.
I mean, if I had to pick a team who played the best this week, I mean, it'd probably be Dallas on all phases of the ball. They absolutely dismantled Cleveland. And Cleveland, I think there were some expectations in Cleveland this year.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure where they are now.
I think
you can't lose that game at home like that.
Yeah.
To a team that, don't get me wrong, Dallas is good, but you've seen them implode last year.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
Yeah. Tell me if you agree with this. Do you think one of the worst decisions Cleveland ever made was getting rid of Baker Mayfield to take Deshaun Watson? Because I mean, I don't think it's one of the biggest mistakes they've ever made in their franchise history, but I think it's one of the bigger mistakes they've made recently. Over the years. He looked phenomenal this past Sunday.
We've said it. I think I even said it last year. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
He's not going to wow you.
Yeah.
But he's not going to make mistakes. He doesn't beat himself. They won a playoff game last year.
Yeah.
And they're 1-0 now. So I don't understand the Baker hate. I don't. I don't think Tampa Bay is a Super Bowl.
I think they'll get in the playoffs.
I think they're like a level below a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like a playoff
like a
win
tier
and
3,
then lose.
Tier 2, Tier 3.
Yeah. I think they're really close. They're a really good team. But yeah, we both got Dallas, I think.
Yeah. Up next, we got
did we skip one?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I messed that up. But we'll get back to that game. Up next, we got the Colts at the Packers. Obviously, as everybody should know, Love is out. Well, maybe not out, but he's injured. It looked like it was going to be really bad, but we got pretty good news about it. He's trying to play this week. I would expect him to not play this week.
I don't know how. I don't know how you go from 3 to 6 weeks to playing.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play this week. With that being said, based on him not playing, I'm going to take the Colts.
Well, the Colts also looked really good versus Houston.
Yeah, the Colts did look really good, but I think one thing that Indianapolis, as far as the defensive side of ball, did not stop the run at all. So if the Packers can get the run game going, you never know what could happen. It's in Lambeau. The defense plays well, but this is a game that the Colts should win, especially with Love out.
Well, the Colts should win, and I'm going to take the Colts. But if Green Bay was ever going to pull off an upset, this is the team to do it versus.
All right, we're back. Another technical difficulties again. Jake, you were saying?
I'm saying if I think on a level playing field, I think this is an even matched game. But without Love, I mean, it's hard to take Green Bay. I mean, It would have to be, there'd have to be turnovers, defense, kind of how the Bears won. Like the Packers would have to, because I just don't know if they can stay in this game. I think Indianapolis is going to score.
No, I agree.
But if for some reason Love plays, I mean, we changed these picks. But
even if Love plays, I still think the Colts win this week.
I don't know how you play Jordan Love, even if he's cleared, because I feel like they're peer pressuring. You know what I mean? Like they're pressuring him to play because the season's on the line. The season's not on the line if you start 0-2. Okay, you need to probably start 0-5 and then the season's over. I mean, what were the Packers last year?
They started out 2-1.
No, but didn't they go on a losing streak?
I think they were 5-8.
5-8,
and they finished 9-8.
So everyone likes to speculate and freak out, and I'm probably the best at it. But Green Bay starts out 0-2. The season's far from over.
Yeah. But we'll see. I mean, that's why you play the game.
Yeah, I mean, any given Sunday. I mean, look at the Will Levis Titans almost won and went in there and won.
Yeah. So the game up next, Jake, Tampa Bay at Detroit. We were just talking about Baker.
This could be a good game.
I think it will be a good game.
It's going to be a good game. Detroit skates again. They remind me of the Dolphins of the NFC. I don't know how they win some of their games. They blew it. I mean, they were up 17-3.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I go do something and I come back and
it's 20-17.
But they find a way to win.
Yeah.
And I think that's Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
I just think that's who he is.
Yeah.
He won when he was the interim manager in Miami in 2015.
Yeah.
He had a winning record.
He's a good coach. I like him. I'm going to take Detroit. They're at home.
Yeah, I like Detroit. I like Detroit overall. I think they're a good team. I like them on both faces of the ball. Playing at that Ford Field is tough.
Yeah, they're a good team, and they got a lot of good players. And then Jamison Williams really came on last night. If he continues to play like that the rest of the year, watch out, because that's just another weapon they can add.
Yeah, they're
loaded, really.
That 2-minute drill that tied the game with the field goal was that's all you can ask for. I mean, and Tua did the same thing.
Yeah.
Tua, all we needed was like 35 or 40 yards. He did it. Detroit got a little more, but
yeah.
I mean, that's what you ask here. Well, here's the thing. Trevor Lawrence got the ball with 4 minutes left. Sacked twice and punted. You got to find a way.
Yeah.
Get the ball out quick. I mean,
and if you know what I mean, like one thing I did notice is the Rams played really well. I just think at the end of the game they were just burnt out. They couldn't do it no more.
Because you could tell in that overtime Detroit ran the ball a lot right down their throat.
Yeah. But I mean, that whole game the Rams were getting the ball out quick as hell. the passing game.
Yeah, they
Cup's going
definitely-
to have a big year. Nakua's out for 4 to 6 weeks.
I mean, fucking injuries, dude.
All right, Browns at Jacksonville. Both teams coming off a loss. I would say the Jaguars looked a lot more promising last week or this week. But I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars in this game. I think I don't want to say that they're a more complete team than the Browns. I mean, the
think they
Browns have a
are.
lot of talent, but I just think they're
they
farther
might be-
ahead.
I think they might be more cohesive as
Yeah.
a unit than the Browns. I just feel like the Browns are in turmoil.
Yeah.
I like Jacksonville. We'll come back and do an upset.
Okay. 49ers Vikings.
I mean, Minnesota does it again, right?
They smoked them.
Minnesota does it again. They're a team that always wins. I don't get it. I pick the Giants. I always pick the Giants. I'm fucking off that train.
They suck, dude.
I won't pick the Giants the rest of the year unless they play the Carolina Panthers.
Do you want to know a funny stat about Daniel Jones? I've seen since he signed that big contract extension that he's thrown more touchdowns to the opposite team than to his own teammates. Can you believe that?
That's what happens when you pay somebody off of one good year. Okay, now the Packers did that with Love. I get it.
We'll see how it
Let's hope
goes.
that he doesn't turn out to be that.
Yeah.
But this can happen.
Yeah.
When you pay a guy off of 1 year.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is tough. That Minnesota.
It's tough to play in Minnesota.
That crowd's gonna be fucking insane. They're 1-0. They know that their team probably isn't supposed to compete, maybe for a division championship with losing.
Cousins.
But
I mean, they're still pretty. Aaron Jones got a touchdown. Jefferson got a touchdown, which he'll probably might get one every week. I mean,
they're still a very formidable opponent.
Darnold looked really good.
Yeah, you're not just gonna smoke them.
Yeah.
Maybe the 49ers will. This might be a team that does it. But
if you remember
the rest
last
of the
year,
NFC, no.
if you remember last year though, Minnesota beat the Niners at home on Monday night. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. With all that being said, though, I'm taking the Niners.
Well, I'm taking the Niners too. It's funny we haven't even played a game yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seattle at New England.
I mean, how about you ain't gonna hear me say this a lot, but how about the New England Patriots? I mean, going to win in the jungle, right? Or was it in New England?
No, it was at Cincy.
Okay, now that's a very now I don't want to overthink it because I think Seattle beats New England this week.
Yeah.
I don't think New England is for real, but that was a good win
Yeah.
on the road versus the Bengals. Burrow. But
Chase.
Did he?
Chase played. Higgins didn't play. But either way, he only scored 10 points.
I just can't believe that. That was probably the upset of the
I'm
week.
sure Vegas made a lot of money on that
I'm
game.
not sure many people took that pick.
No.
That was a good win. I mean, and you know what? If you're a New England Patriot fan, you're not really getting a powerhouse in Seattle.
Yeah.
What a chance to start 2-0 on a season that you thought was just gone.
And it's possible. It's possible, but I don't think they're going to beat Seattle.
I don't. I just Seattle just is always a very sound, fundamental, good football team.
Seattle. Denver forced 2 safeties on Seattle this past weekend.
There's just teams in the NFL to me that find ways to win. Seattle's one of them. Minnesota's one of them. Like Detroit, I don't know. It's just something about their games. And Seattle's just one of those teams that, I mean, you don't think they're going to compete for their division, do you?
I don't think they're going to not
eventually. Everybody competes till week 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I'm talking
the last 4 weeks now.
I'm talking when it matters.
Yeah, but I am going to take Seattle.
It always matters, but yeah, I'm taking Seattle, but I'm just
Jets.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jets at Titans.
I mean, this game.
I'm going to take the Jets. The Titans basically had that game in the bag against the Bears, and then they made some. Well, for one, they had the block punt for a touchdown, which was unfortunate, I guess. But that one pick six that Will Levis threw was just brutal. Did you see that play, Jake?
Yeah, he's got it.
I mean, that was pathetic. You can't make that
at
throw.
this point, throw it in the ground and take grounding.
Yeah.
Or take a sack.
Yeah.
Or fumble.
He just tossed it to him. He tossed the ball to him.
Or fumble the ball and let him recover it at the 40. Why would you just pitch it like you're throwing it to your running back? Awful. That lost the game.
It did.
That lost the game.
It did.
Now, credit the Bears.
Yeah. The defense.
You know what? The defense
exceptional.
was fucking great. Defense was great.
Yeah.
So you got the Jets?
Yeah, I got the Jets. You gonna take the Titans?
No.
Okay. We're basically picking around the same things this week.
I mean, I can't trust Will Levis.
Yeah, I'd rather Aaron Rodgers than Will Levis. But...
Oh my fucking god! These games, dude. What the fuck?
Giants at Washington. I'm gonna take Washington. Jaden Daniels didn't look too awfully bad. The Giants look terrible.
I'm over the Giants, and you know what? This will be the game they win.
Probably. I'm taking the Commanders.
I didn't know this is who the Giants were playing this week.
Are you going to take the Giants again?
What's the spread?
Let me look it up quick.
So Washington's quarterback is that rookie, right?
Yeah, Jaden Daniels at LSU. Washington's favored by 2.5.
And Washington just lost to
the Bucs.
Oh my god! I don't know why I'm going to do this. But I think after what I just said, no, this is his homecoming. Can I not pick?
You have to pick.
Washington because I'm forced.
All right, you got to pick, Jake. Rams at Cardinals.
Good game. This
should be a good game. Will be a good game.
I think both these. Arizona's on the cusp of starting knowing. Well, both teams are. I take that back.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Rams are without Nakua, and I think Arizona can play a lot better this week if they get Harrison involved. He only had one catch for 4 yards.
I said last week Arizona's a sleeper team for me, and they almost proved it.
Yeah.
I like Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona, that's a good pick, Jake. I want to pick them as well, but I'm going to go with the Rams. I think
against your boy.
Yeah, I think Stafford.
Cool.
Well, it is what it is. I think Stafford looked pretty good. He's got Kupp. Nakua's out, but Kupp and a few of them other guys, they can just get the ball out quick like they were doing Sunday night. I think they'll be fine against Arizona. I think they'll be able to get the job done.
I think this game could turn into a shootout.
That's fine. Give me the fantasy points.
Well, I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see. Steelers at Broncos. Justin Fields got the win.
This is a very intriguing game.
How come?
Me. Well, just because, I mean, you just aren't sure about either one of these teams yet. You know what I mean? And here they are playing each other. Like, Pittsburgh won, correct?
Yeah, Denver lost, but they had some chances.
They played a very tough opening game in Seattle.
Yeah.
So I just feel like we don't know about either one of these teams yet. Like we know who the Dolphins are.
I know Pittsburgh's defense was pretty damn good. TJ Watt looked unblockable.
Yeah, this is a very intriguing game. I'm gonna take Denver.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the home team. I think Bo Nixon looked pretty good. I think he made some very good throws.
Yeah.
Some very good throws. I watched a little of that game.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Pittsburgh, and the reason I'm taking Pittsburgh is because I thought TJ Watt looked phenomenal this past Sunday. I mean, he should win. If he continues this, he's going to win Defensive Player of the Year again.
So JF1 is QB1, right? Justin Fields.
He is their starter, yes. I'm not picking the Steelers because of him.
No, but is he starting week 2? Because I know Russ was trying to play week 1, and now we're talking week 2.
Well, I assume he's starting week 2. I don't know yet.
Regardless, even if Russ plays, I just like Denver at home. They got a good home field advantage.
That's fair. Cincinnati at Kansas City. Cincinnati kind of got embarrassed this past weekend.
Did, and now look who you got week 2.
Very tough game. Probably the game of the week. It's probably on Fox.
You think this is a game of the week?
It'll be the 3:30 game of the week, yeah. I'm sure it will be. There's no way they're not going to
Yeah.
have Burrow against Mahomes on prime TV.
Yeah, but I mean, do you really think it's going to be that good of a game?
No, I think Kansas City's going to smoke them.
Yeah.
I think Kansas City's going to smoke them.
do
They're at
too.
home. They looked really good against the Ravens. If they continue on that,
I mean, I don't know if they looked really good.
the young wide receivers looked really good.
I mean, we're talking if that's caught, they're going for 2 in the win.
You think they're going for 2?
No, you didn't see him.
I was sleeping.
Harbaugh was going like this.
I was sleeping.
They premature ejaculated, and Harbaugh's over there on the sidelines like this. And I'm like, we were sitting at Cody's house. Is he in? I'm not sure he's in.
Yeah.
He wasn't in.
Yeah. I got Kansas City. Jake, who do you got?
Kansas City.
Okay. Sunday Night Football, the Bears.
This is going to be a good game.
The Bears at Houston. I think it'll be a fun game. I think Houston's going to get it done.
I think Houston wins, and I'm going to take the Texans. There's going to be a lot of Bears fans.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of Bears fans down in Houston. Caleb Williams didn't.
He missed a lot of throws.
I don't think he played good.
He did not play good.
I think he played more on the bad side.
He played terrible, really. He threw for 95 yards.
But he didn't
turn
the ball over.
Yeah.
You don't turn the ball over, you can play bad and win.
Yeah.
And also, what I didn't like is I seen Caleb do a lot of the shit Justin did. Drop back 15 yards, try to make a play, get sacked.
Yeah.
I seen that about 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Can't do that shit in the NFL. Didn't work last year. It didn't work Sunday. They got lucky.
And this isn't college like what other people have said. He's not going to be able to outrun these guys.
No,
some of them, but he's not going to be able to do some of the shit he did in college.
He will, and some of the plays will be electric. But more times than not, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Houston wins. I think this is a fun, intriguing Sunday night matchup because we live around here.
Yeah.
You can feel the energy.
Even though I don't want to feel it.
They're ready.
Yeah.
They're ready.
Let's see. Monday Night Football. The Battle of the Birds. I think the Philadelphia.
This is going to be a shitty game.
The Philadelphia Eagles should smoke the Falcons, but I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if we get a close one. But I tell you what, Philadelphia, Barkley looked amazing against the
Philly
Packers.
Can score with the best of them.
Yeah. And I don't think the Falcons can score that much. And if you keep pressure on Cousins, he can't move.
How ironic,
he can't move.
How ironic was it that I told you last week the Packers didn't want to get into a shootout? And they did, and they almost outshot them. So that was I almost called a shootout. I just didn't think Green Bay could do it. I do not think Atlanta can do it.
No.
I just don't.
No, I agree. I'm taking the Eagles. I think they'll keep it up this week and get the job done.
So we'll just do one upset pick of the week. Last week, my upset pick was Arizona. It didn't hit. Coles was. What was your upset?
I picked Denver to beat Seattle, and it didn't happen.
Too. All right, so let me go through here. Who was I going to take? Do you got one yet?
If I'm going to take an upset, I mean, it's up to you if you want it to be an upset or not.
Or would you going to take the Dolphins over Buffalo?
I don't think that's an upset.
Oh, it's not.
I'll take Tampa Bay over Detroit. Upset.
Who was I going to take? I don't know. Who was I going to take?
You talked a lot about picking Minnesota. You talked a little bit about picking New England.
Okay. What about
Cincinnati would technically be an upset.
Where's
Bears.
The Giants? I can't find that game.
Is it really an upset, though? They're both feeble teams.
All right, give me New England.
Okay, circle it in there. I circled mine in.
Give me New England. That's a wild. That came out of left field. I do not want those cocky assholes to start to no. But I'm going to do it. I think they got a win that nobody's seen coming. I think the expectations were up here for Cincinnati, and now I think they're here. Same with Cleveland. I mean, those teams got to be on alert already.
Yeah, losing Joe Mixon could prove to be a little bit tough on them. I mean, he looked phenomenal in his Texans debut. 30 carries, a touchdown, 159 yards. He looked really good. But I hope everybody enjoys the Monday night game tonight. Jake, you got anything else to add?
ILL.
All right, everybody have a good week.